You enjoy that Scotch?
I do.
Yeah.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh.
Trying to catch the end of you guys' Scotch conversation.
Yeah.
But I don't think I caught much of it.
No, man, we need to start hitting that record button early and just start catching some of the bullshit all the time.
Yeah.
And then just have to cut it out. Like,
I want to talk about some bullshit real quick.
yeah, let's go.
Just wait.
Just wait.
I did buy
Okay.
the Jameson's orange whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't taste like alcohol at all, and it's got this weird like you're chewing on a orange peel taste to it.
So they probably like.
Is that a good thing?
Well, what they probably did was they probably like soaked all the orange peels in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the zest always gives it that. It's got a little bit more of a weird taste than just natural orange.
I think if you like mix it with like a little club soda,
Yeah. Ooh, that
might
sounds
be
good.
might be better. Yeah, Crown Apple. I go through a bottle a month.
Really. I like Crown Apple, but I prefer just regular Crown. That's kind of my go-to.
I had at my brother's house. My dad got this. It was a gift. It's some Ezra Brooks bourbon cream.
Hmm.
It was, like I don't like Bailey's. I don't like Irish cream because it's got that Irish whiskey like burn to it.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff was sweet, and I'm like, "Where's the ice cream?" Because I'm gonna pour the whole bottle on fucking ice cream and eat it.
Ooh,
It was
sounds
that
good.
fucking good. I'm like, holy shit.
That's the shit you make like a float with, you know?
Yeah. And we're just having it on ice cubes. I bet you it would be great in coffee in the morning. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to have to get a bottle. I was surprised because I don't like, like cream tequila rose or whatever.
I was gonna say I've had a tequila cream one also that it wasn't tequila rose. It was like a brand I'd never heard of, but it was legit. It was fucking delicious, and they had like a pistachio, a strawberry, and like a horchata flavor, and all three of them were fucking phenomenal. And I don't like pistachio at all, but the pistachio tequila was amazing.
My mom brought down from Canada when she came back. It was a butter tart cream liqueur. And I was like, this is not bad. So that's like 2 in the last 2 weeks I've had. And I'm like, shit, I need to get some of this. But then she brought like the Nanaimo cream one. So Nanaimo bars are like from Nanaimo, Vancouver Island. It's like a famous Canadian dessert kind of thing. They're like kind of minty. And I'm like, no, not doing it. Didn't like it. I don't like the Nanaimo bars, period.
I've never had them.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah. It's a thing.
I don't doubt it.
There's a coffee liqueur that I like too. It's called Richardo's. It's from Colorado. It's made there in Colorado, and they've won a few awards. And I'm not like a big liqueur fan at all, but that stuff is fucking amazing. Just like on one ice cube, just pour a little bit, let it chill for a second, or even straight by itself. But that's like a really good, especially in the fall, that type of time, like nice sipping liqueur. You know what I mean?
I don't have much to add to this conversation.
No,
I just drank Coors Light. That's
Coors Light.
You're like, I can't wait for them special Coors Light holiday cans.
He stays in
out.
his lane.
Yeah,
like
right?
nobody you've ever
When was
seen.
the last time you had hard liquor?
Like, will you define a margarita as hard liquor? I mean, it's got fucking...
When was the last time you had a margarita?
Not long ago. Probably
Really?
6 months ago.
When was the last time you took a shot?
Probably about a year ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you had a beer other than Coors Light?
And that shot was a Fireball. Beer other than Coors Light, probably within the last week or so. Miller Lite.
Okay.
Because you were at Kevin's and it was free.
Yep.
Got it.
Or even probably a few weeks ago, I had a Mick Ultra down at Jay's house.
Because it was free.
Yeah, well, because tell people, hey, I'm gonna head back to my house, grab a couple beers, I'll be back, and they're like, dude, why go all the way down the street like as if it's far? Just grab one out of my fridge.
It's because you ride your scooter and you have a cigarette at the same time.
Yeah.
You're very
He's efficient with his time.
considerate in that regard.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to be.
He's good at being efficient with his time, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Kelly,
Like we're in the backyard and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go stand by the gate and have a cigarette." And I'm like, "We're in the fucking backyard. You're not in my house. Just light one up and sit there and fucking relax and watch football."
I just don't know, my concern is sometimes people won't tell you if it bothers them. And to take that out of the equation, I just get up and walk, 10, 15, 20 feet away from people.
You should know better.
No, I do now.
If you're at my house, I'm
do
gonna
now.
tell you, you're fucking bothering me. Get the fuck away
Making
from
me
me.
antsy, getting up like that, getting up, sitting down, getting up, sitting down. Yeah. Speaking of something that's going to bother you, Chris and I were actually talking about this before you came over, so I wanted to.
I'm cut.
I'm
out of here. The K is gone. It's just a DC show live.
It's just a dick. Okay, though.
No,
Soft dick.
we were talking about it as we walked back in, and he and I had been talking about it earlier. Pigeons, man. Fucking pigeons.
Fuck.
You want to rant? Let Chris or let Kelly talk about pigeons.
Let's go. Let's
These
fucking
Seahawks, pigeons, fucking birds.
Birds in general,
Yeah.
just gross.
So, fucking
All of our neighbors have solar panels.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them have the screen that goes underneath them, right? So, somehow, in their infinite fucking wisdom, our neighbors don't put the screens on. And they got 10 fucking bird nests underneath their solar panels. I came out. So I put so many fucking spikes on my house. It's
Oh my god,
ridiculous.
We sat one night making the spike strips because they come as like a metal piece of sheet metal, like aluminum
You gotta, like, put 'em
strip,
in there.
and
And then
you
you
gotta
gotta-
fold the spikes, stick them through, fold them, stick them through. We did that for what? Probably 2 hours one night while watching a hockey game.
yeah, we only got through half a box.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So we're sitting there, before I put them up, and all of a sudden you hear fucking splat behind us. The roof is, and it comes down, and there's a fucking pigeon egg they just lay fucking eggs up there in the fucking hollow. Then the fucking eggs just roll down and fucking splat.
And they
Then
go
the
far
dogs-
enough to clear.
Then
they go
the
far enough to
dogs
clear
go
the
lick it up,
fence.
and my wife's losing her shit. No, don't do that. Don't do Mason, Jeffrey. Don't, get away from there. And she gets the hose out, and I'm like, oh my god. Then the fucking pigeon feathers. No, okay. So we have a living room, and these houses are designed bad. They got fucking ledges top and bottom above the windows.
Oh, the
And,
pop outs. Yeah.
And then the master's there. So we got 4 fucking levels where pigeons just sit on there because it's in the shade in the summertime. And there's just a line of pigeon shit.
Mm-hmm.
I went out there, I cleaned for 2 hours, sprayed all this, cleaned it all off. I came out noon the next day. It was like I didn't do anything. I was so fucking mad. These fucking birds. Feathers everywhere. So then, what do you do? You get the fucking owl? No, they don't do nothing with the owl. Those fucking mirror spinny fucking things? Nope. Those don't fucking work. I got the spikes. Spikes work.
Yeah. Spikes, at least they can't land and sit around. You know what I mean?
But first I got this like silicone, and I'm like, okay, well, it'll dry and it's kind of tacky. So I put it all on all these fucking ledges. Like 3 tubes. It never fucking dried. It was like paste the whole time. First time I did it, I put it up there. I come home from hockey. Barbara's like, there's a bird in the backyard. I'm like, fuck.
It's got all this shit on its feet and it can't.
Not only there's one, there was 3. They got it in the wings. They couldn't fly. I took a shovel. I threw one over into the water retention area because we don't have a house on that side. It was just like fucking, it was like a game. How far can I throw this pigeon on a fucking
tossing.
shovel? Whew. The next one, I'm like, fuck. I grabbed the garbage can, which is empty, and I just fucking hit it in with like a hockey stick.
So it sounds
The
to
other
me-
one like got away and ran down the street. I'm like, and then I had all this fucking goo everywhere. It's on the windows because he got it in their wings and they're flapping. Now it's all over the fucking windows.
Yeah.
Well, up until that point, I was going to say, it sounds like you have a new business for a pigeon extermination.
And then
way.
you can get this food that they don't lay eggs, right? It stops like the reproduction. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna feed pigeons so they
Yeah.
can shit off of my
Just
fucking roof.
sit there and eat.
I don't want them here. What we need to do is just start throwing that food off into the water retention area to the east, to the west of your house.
No, because then they're gonna land on my house because it's the closest house, and there'll be shit everywhere.
What you guys need to do is just get some trained eagles and just have them sit up there. Or
Well, we do
hawks.
have owls,
Yeah.
and Barbara's like, we need
I
to.
haven't seen one in a while.
Just get a trained owl. Put a little spot outside for it to
Barbara's
sit.
like, they're gonna take Jeffrey. I'm like, he's 27 pounds. An owl's not gonna pick that fucking dog up.
Hey, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, that's kind of close to the edge.
Yeah,
I know.
But he's
yeah.
not gonna land in the 7 or 8 feet between the wall and the house. You know, he's gonna want to be
Yeah,
like,
you'd be surprised.
I don't know.
Owls are fucking insane.
Yeah, I've
man.
heard I've had some coworkers tell me some stories about owls taking off with their dogs, and
And she's like, we need to get the dog run it covered because we have coyotes. I'm like, no, we're not fucking doing that.
Imagine too, an owl gets like 15 feet off the ground and then drops your dog.
yeah,
Like that's no
That
bueno
doesn't take
either.
much,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? It's not.
yeah, it's not a cat.
And
Yeah,
Jeffrey just sits
exactly.
out there, just sunning himself on the concrete pad, squinty eyed. I'm like, fuck, that dog's smoking dope. He looks, you know, he just got, just enjoying the sun, motherfucker.
I don't know why the screens on the solar panels are not required by the HOA. They should be.
They
That's my
should.
opinion.
Right.
It's laziness. Like, fucking do it already.
Well, that's actually one of those beefs I had, or a rant kind of too, was why the fuck do the solar companies, when they put them on, why do they not just put that shit on at
Why
right
is it
then?
an option? Why
yeah,
not just
why
put it
why
on?
not just put it on right then instead of like have to tell somebody else to do it or do it yourself or something
Right.
else.
So before I put the spikes, so my roof, it comes down like, you know, one way, and then the second story roof comes down the opposite way, you know, perpendicular. So there's a little fucking nook in there, and they were in there digging against the stucco, I'd hear them in the morning, and they're trying to dig in through the stucco and the wire to go into like the attic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. I went up there. There's like 2 dead pigeons. I'm like, I'm not digging them out. I fucking glued all the fucking metal spikes. I made a barrier so that they couldn't get in.
So now there's just 2 bodies
Yeah,
decomposing
they're
up
just
in there.
there.
Yeah.
It's just to warn
And
the
every
others.
week,
It's
every
to
week
warn
in the summer,
others.
I take the shop vac out and I vacuum up feathers off of my artificial turf because there's 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
Fucking pisses me off.
All right. Well, let's move on.
Is that what you were expecting?
That is what I was expecting.
All
Yes.
right.
I knew that would like light a fire under your ass, so I
Goddamn.
had to do it.
Pigeons. And my wife, oh my God, there's a feather. You have to pick it up. She can't go within 10 feet of a feather.
Terrified of birds.
Really?
Her dad had like macaws and everything. I'm like, you don't like birds because your
Macaws.
dad loved his birds more than he loved you girls.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you got daddy issues.
Dude, I
It's
had
to my benefit, no doubt. But
That's hilarious. I had a friend actually when I was growing up that his dad and mom, they had a shit ton of birds. They built a bird room on their house, right? And they had macaws, they had sun conures, they had African grays, they had like 5 or 6 different
what's the other
types
one?
of
The
parrots.
Pikachu.
Cockatoo.
Yeah, they had
Cockatoo.
cockatoos. They had cockatoos. They had parakeets. They had
Or cockatiel.
cockatiel. Yeah,
can't remember.
yeah,
Something
one's
like
a
that.
dog, right? Cockamamie,
Cocker spaniel.
cock and balls.
All right. All right.
Anyways, so yeah, they had a bird room, and the same thing,
That's
man.
fucking gross.
All fucking night long, you would just hear birds just squealing and just chirping and fucking
Fucking.
all the time, and you'd have to like go clean out the bird room, or we'd have to go feed the birds. Which, looking back at it now, at the time I thought it was kind of cool because I was like, oh, you got some cool birds. But now I think about it, and that room was like full of shit all the time.
Yeah.
You had to go in there, clean it
Oh,
all
that
out.
house
House should have been
disgusting.
condemned.
Yeah, I mean,
Birds
like,
have so many diseases. It's not even funny.
they'd
It
have,
reminds
like,
me, so
30 of them in there.
back in Canada, I was working for this company. I'm not going to mention it. And they had this one place in the plant where they always put up fencing for the pigeons, and the pigeons always get in there. And they're like, hey, you got to take a couple of guys to go in there and clean it out. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not doing it. I went to the safety department. I'm like, I'm not telling somebody to do that. I'm not willing to do myself. I'm not telling them to do that. Birds are diseased. They're like, oh, yeah. No. Like, you need, like, fucking respirators and full body suits. I'm getting shit on because I'm not going in there with employees to clean it out. And I went to the safety department. I said, I'm not fucking doing this. And they're like, yeah, we'll handle it.
That's fucking hilarious, though, how you can get pressured or feel pressured about that because you're not doing it just because they want you to. But like you said, when it comes to the standards, you know.
Yeah.
Like, just so much shit. And that's why I hate. I put up 200 feet of fucking metal spikes on my roof and around my house so that fucking pigeons don't land on my roof. And they're still there.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
So what's more annoying though? The pigeons and all the shit and stuff, or the fucking Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce coverage that we got going on TV?
I think the pigeons are going to take that one.
Pigeons.
Yeah, our neighborhood's bad. All right. So
you started this.
I know.
You wanted this
I know,
rant.
but that's why I'm going to put an end to it. All right. Let's jump into the D-backs real quick. It's been a week since we've been on.
Oh,
and
another pest. Fucking snakes. Here we go. God damn it.
So it's been a week since we were on. Last time we were on, the D-backs had just wrapped up their game win in game one against Milwaukee.
Wild card series.
Yep, and they came back and won game two against Milwaukee the next night and moved themselves on to the division series.
They answered that question about who was going to pitch game two.
Yeah, Zach
obviously
Gallen,
they went
came
for
out.
it. It worked out. They took that series. Overall, man,
Called it.
Right.
I called it. I said, you do it.
The wild card series overall was not very exciting. I think it was pretty much
it was
all
the first
2-0s.
time
Yeah,
it was the first time in history it
2-0s.
all went 2-0s or something
And
like
I
that.
thought about that for like just a brief. There was the one day, there was last Friday where there was no baseball on during a playoff baseball day, and there was no games on. And I thought to myself, boy, MLB really dropped the ball on that because, yes, I get it. Like, you don't expect all the series to sweep like that. However, you would think they would have spaced it out because this is playoff baseball time. You should be having games on every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, subsequently, the Diamondbacks have since started their series with the Dodgers, and
Can we talk about that first game?
yeah, how do you
we talked about
chase
both.
The icon that is Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, chasing him after 1/3 of an inning.
6 runs in the first inning.
6 charged against him. 5 happened while he was on the mound. 1 was left on when he was yanked, so he got that 6th one charged to him. But yeah, to be able to chase Clayton Kershaw in 1/3 of an inning
in the playoffs.
Now,
well,
Clayton Kershaw
traditionally
not a great
is-
playoff
yeah,
baseball
exactly,
pitcher.
and that's I think one of the things that comes down to those. Well,
He's no Roger Clemens.
No, he ain't. You goddamn right about that. But I
Sorry,
mean,
the Scotch is getting to me.
no, you're good.
I'm getting fucking
Get
rambunctious
me.
now.
To be fair to
He
Clayton
got me
Kershaw,
all fucking ranted up.
to be fair to Clayton Kershaw, he never had a guy like Andy Pettitte to stick a needle in his ass for him. You know what I mean?
That's
So-
a fair point. No, so they chased him, and they got a huge win.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that final score? Wasn't it like 11-3 or something like that?
Interesting note, 2005. I was in Houston for work, and I saw 2 of the greats pitching against each other. It was Andy Pettitte with the
11-2.
the Astros against Greg Maddux. And I was like, that's a fucking great game to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Minute Maid Park in Houston. It was nice.
Yeah,
Continue.
So 11-2. That's a big statement game out of the Diamondbacks in Game 1 of the division series, especially against your rival, the Dodgers. I mean, that's huge. And then they come back last night for Game 2 and put a 4-2 W on the board. So
Man, that game last night that had a couple of
It had a little bit of everything.
had a couple of dramatic moments there where it looked like
Bases loaded,
Mhm.
and for both teams, frankly.
Yeah,
I mean,
it looked like
at
it
one
might
point the
get out of
Diamondbacks
hand
did it.
for either or. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Or it looked like the Diamondbacks. I was afraid there because their bullpen started kind of giving
Strength.
up a lot of runners,
Yeah.
putting a lot of runners on base.
Yeah,
and
the strength was running out.
yeah, it got really scary there. But shit, man, they made it look good.
And now you've got 2 games in a row at home to close with an opportunity to close the series out and just move on to the league championship.
So is
series.
it a best of 5?
This one's a best of 5.
Yeah,
we,
best of 5.
We were talking about that last week on here,
Yeah.
and we thought maybe it was a 7, but no, it is only a 5.
Man, and I don't like that. I wish it was best of 7. I wish
Right now, I'll take a best of 5.
I
when
wish
you're up
all
2-0
the
coming
series
home.
were
Yeah,
best
exactly.
of 7. I wish every series was best of 7 from the first round.
I'm going to take the 5 just since we're coming home 2-0.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
Just give us one, guys.
Yeah, I get it.
Then go win a series, It's
Mhm.
been 22 years, so it's about time to win another one.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't watch sports with my dad. Doesn't matter what team. You'd be like, oh, they can't win. They're playing like losers. Why would you ever cheer? He did it again last night. Talking about the D-backs. Oh, they'll never win. I'm like, you don't even fucking watch baseball.
And they've won one before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's when's the last time they won one? Like 2001. And I'm like, yeah. What's
So,
wrong with that?
It's
like, why?
Not exactly easy
I will
to do.
not. I
Yeah.
will not watch football with my dad.
Has your dad ever heard of the Cubs? So
Hey.
you know how long they waited?
Hey,
Well,
hey, take it easy.
all right. I'll switch it to Indians since
No,
theirs
I'm
is still
Like,
current.
I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say they are the longest now. Are they?
Well,
Indians?
not yet. They haven't passed the Cubs.
No, they're the longest now.
Longest
like current.
active,
Yeah,
yes.
Like,
current.
he doesn't
yes.
watch sports, but he just does it to needle me. I'm like, I can't even deal with this. I gotta go. I'll go watch football in the garage without him.
Yeah. So hopefully the Diamondbacks can take one of these next 2 at home and be done with it and be able to celebrate in their pool and not let the Dodgers.
Well, what's
To-
the other
to-
games?
The other series,
Yeah.
the Philly and Atlanta. That series is tied at 1.
That was a good game last night.
Yes,
I don't
it
know if you got
was.
to see that.
I got to see enough of it. The Braves coming back to get the win. 'cause
Philadelphia
Philly
started
was-
out 4-0
Yeah.
in that game, was up 4-0. The Braves got the 1 run on the board. It looked like it was going to be a fight. They got a home run to get it at 4-2, and then there in the bottom of the 8th, 3-run homer put them up 5-4.
Yeah, and there's part of me that, being that that's the other NL division game, there's part of me that thinks the timing in a 5-game series, if we're going to go out and sweep, let's just say if we win Game 3, I would almost rather that series end just as quickly, because
I don't
it's
want to
enough,
give the team too much time off.
Yeah, you don't want too much rest, and it's just about the right amount of time for Merrill Kelly to come out and start Game 1 and Zach Allen to be ready for
Yeah.
Game 2. I
If
don't
you wanna
want to
go
give
that route, yeah, for
but if
sure.
they go all 5 games in that series, which is now tied 1-1, we might be sitting a while if we win Game 3.
The only benefit to a longer series there is you're looking at with Atlanta.
Screwing up their rotation.
They've got great starting pitching, right? So if you can get Atlanta and you catch them on the back end of the rotation and have to force that as their start,
Yeah,
you could jump
true.
out maybe 2-0 on them, and
Yeah.
that's a whole different series as
That's
well.
true. That's true.
So that's what makes playoff baseball so fucking fun, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. And then over on the AL side, the Astros and Twins are tied at 1 game apiece.
and they're playing right now.
They're playing
actually.
right now.
And I believe the
Astros
Twins
are up.
are losing that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Tampa Bay and Texas. Texas went up 2-0 in that series. That's a surprise to me because Tampa Bay, during the regular season, they were so good. But Texas is putting it on them.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Texas make it to the World Series. That would be cool. I don't know if it'll happen, but that would be sweet.
Yeah. As long as it's not the Astros.
Yeah, fuck the Astros.
I think just about everybody would say
I've hated the Astros since, I was a kid. Since Larry Dierker was their manager. Fuck
Why?
Larry
They've
Dierker.
never been any
Dirk,
good.
Dirk.
You should have been yeah.
I don't know. I never, because I was always a Cubs fan, and back then they were National League, and they had Bagwell and Biggio and
The 3 Bs. Who was the
Yeah.
other one?
Biggio, Bagwell, and Ballface.
They also
I
had
can't
Nolan
remember who the
Ryan
other-
for a
I know.
while,
I can't.
didn't they?
Why
There
can't
was
I
the
not
third.
remember?
There
Yeah,
was the
there
three
was.
Bs,
Yeah,
the killer bees.
Berkman.
No.
No.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll hit me like in the
I
middle
know.
of
That's
our
what I was going
college
to say. When
football
we're not
discussion.
on this
or-
fucking.
yeah,
We're
NASCAR
not
or
on this
something.
topic. But yeah, man, fuck. So, yeah, ALCS, or I mean, the American League Divisional Series ALDS right now. Minnesota, that'd be cool if Minnesota won. I'd like to see Minnesota over Houston for sure. And then
Yeah.
Texas got a 2-0. That'll be interesting to see if Tampa Bay can win 3 straight.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's hard to do in any playoff series.
Wait, Tampa?
Yeah. Because they're down 2-0 to Texas. I mean, Baltimore. I'm
Yeah, I was
sorry.
gonna say, Tampa got
Yeah,
eliminated.
sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Baltimore.
Because Tampa got eliminated
Yeah,
in the
by
wild
Texas.
wild
By
card
Texas,
round
yeah.
with the lowest attendance in MLB history during their games.
Yeah, that was sad to see.
Yes, it was.
I wish they were still the Devil Rays, man. Why can't they not call them the Devil Rays? Why are they just the Rays now? Some
Don't get
stupid
me
shit.
started on woke.
It's
Fucking
yeah,
culture.
the same reason we don't have Sparky on our ASU helmets.
Do you think
anymore,
they're ever going to
probably.
change the Chiefs? Like, are they ever
No.
going to be forced to change that? And
No.
and then I think, have we talked about the whole reason, like, why the Seminoles haven't had to change?
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, it's just playoff time in baseball, and it's about the time I pay the most attention to this game. so-
Absolutely. I love it, man. There's still some stuff like, I mean, being such a big fan of baseball, especially now, like this October is the greatest month in the world for sports, in my opinion. I don't think there's any time better. But with that being said, like, you know, there's, for me with baseball, I just have questions. We'll get in. This is something I got to get into later. Baseball is great. Playoff baseball is amazing. But, man, I just wish that it was kind of like it used to be overall. You know, baseball, the sport has changed so much with little rule changes and this, that, and the way the players play. Not quite the same game anymore.
It's almost time for the 999. Did I tell you about the 999?
No.
So, World Series game, whatever, you know, it could be a Saturday, Friday night game. 9 innings.
Mm-hmm.
Every inning you have to eat 1 hot dog and drink 1 beer.
Okay.
It's the 999.
I like it.
There is no fucking way
I
I,
like
can complete this.
Oh, the game, I only did it once. I got invited to this party once, and I'm like, fuck, we got to do this every year. It was extra innings. I looked at the other guy that was with me, because everybody, like, tapped at, like, inning 6. They're like,
I'd have tapped at inning 2. I don't like hot
we
dogs.
were in
enough for that.
inning 11, and I looked at him. I'm like, I'm probably not going to do another inning. He's like, if you stop, I stop. But if you keep going, I'm going. And I'm like, it's a draw,
Like, let's not hurt ourselves.
It's
right?
Even money. We'll split
The year
it.
before, they did like footlongs, and nobody made it past like inning 3.
Whose fucking idea was that?
I don't know. The footlongs?
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
Oh, yeah. That's a
But the
bad
regular
idea,
ones
no
with
matter
the
what.
small buns, you can just wolf those down.
I used to get like,
It gets you in the first like 3 or 4 innings because the innings are so fast. You get a little more time when the relievers come in. They got to get warmed up. You know, by inning 7 and 8, you're like, okay, I can do this.
I used to like.
You got to get
like,
over that hump, that
Right.
initial just 3 up, 3 down for the first 4 innings.
So I used to get like the footlong chili cheese coney at Sonic. You know, add some jalapenos. To
So
that.
you
That's
like
a
the
good,
footlong?
That's
huh?
a good meal. But I've discovered over time that
Likes
not
the
enough
footlong.
not enough people order the footlong. The bread's always stale, and it sucks. If you just get a couple 6-inchers, you're good.
He would rather take 2
Yeah,
6
2
inches
6-inchers
than
than a
1
1
foot
foot
long.
I seen a video on
Double fisted.
Dude, I was like hanging that out there for you as far as I could, and
I got another one.
I'm
So
surprised you didn't
taking
take it
2
farther
wieners.
than that.
I'm
Taking
on
2 wieners to the mouth at the same time.
I'm on Facebook here in this. So they're trying to make each other laugh around a table, and this guy says, "What's the difference between 3 cocks and a joke?"
Well, I don't know.
The guy said, "Abby can't take a joke." But she was on his team. Starts laughing. She's like, "I'm on your fucking team."
Oops.
Whoops. And he's
That's
like,
a
oh,
good joke, though.
he's
That's a
like,
good
oh,
joke.
it's a different Abby.
You guys
And
know-
everybody howled. So they all had to take shots, right? It was one of those games.
You guys know the difference between jam and jelly, right?
No.
Yes. Go ahead, tell it. Go ahead.
Can't
tell
jelly my dick up
it.
your
Yeah,
ass.
I can.
So what's the difference between three cocks and a joke?
What?
Dustin can't take a joke.
All right, let's move on. Hey, quick note, real quick. Hockey starts today.
Fuck yeah. It's going to start here
Hacky.
in 1 minute. We start with the
Hacky.
Predators
Hockey season starts.
and the Lightning.
Dude,
Finally.
On
we didn't even
ESPN.
pregame to put together an NHL package for us to talk about, but man,
Nah, I mean, it's week one.
it's week one.
Well, we don't even go by weeks in hockey. It's just game one, day one.
Day one. Hey, I tell you what, from day one, my Red Wings got a shot.
Yeah, and that's about as far as that goes. Oh, man.
And then we have Penguins and Blackhawks at 5.
Hey,
And the Kraken, the surprise team from last year, making the playoffs, face the Golden Knights.
I hope the Golden
tonight.
Knights win it again. I like the Golden Knights, man.
Yeah, yeah. And then we got NBA starting up soon.
We have what?
Next
NBA?
week.
What is that?
Yeah. Yeah, what, next week or the week after? Next week?
Next
2 weeks, I
2
think.
weeks.
Yeah, is it
something-
2 weeks?
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
That's the same kind of thing, man. Basketball, the way it goes now during the regular season.
Yeah.
Check
Till
in with
after the
it every
All-Star
once in a
game.
while.
After
Other
the
than
All-Star
that-
game is when I start kind of...
Did you see
Keeping an
Jimmy
eye out.
Butler come into media day and take his pictures? He dressed up all emo. He had like long hair with like fucking piercings all over his face and like black painted fingernails. Jimmy 8 World Butler.
There you go.
It was pretty funny.
All right, we'll take a quick break real quick.